So this is my plate number 10. Nothing really to report today, but wanted to share with you. Everybody's like messaging me, Donna, what can I do while I'm at home on this shelter in place, if you will? And I'm like, go back to old school ways. By that I mean enjoy something that you haven't enjoyed in a long time, or find something new to enjoy. Of course, my hobby is reading, as you all are very painfully aware, which I'm halfway through Cowboy Summer, and let me tell you, when I get ready to do that book review, you're going to have to take a deep seat on so many levels. Because she's a young woman who's got a mind of her own, but her heart is spread out and in so many different directions, being tugged. It was like a tug of war in this book. And then you have the parents trying to make her see what matters in life. And that's a good story too. So you definitely don't want to miss that, wonderful book review coming up eventually. But right now, I want to showcase a magazine that it's my first magazine in this, and I'm really excited about it. It's Country Extra. Now, my grandma always got the book Country, and this just came out this year. And it's so good. I want to share some things with you. Maybe this will inspire you to pick up this magazine too. This little part here is Aloha from Hawaii, Escape to Paradise Forged by Fire and Water. When Maui's largest volcano, Halika, erupted a century ago, lava cooled by the sea formed a balsamic rock that shattered into the black sand found today on Palaoa Beach in Wapananopoa State Park. Look at this. It's beautiful and breathtaking. I'll never get to see it in person, but it sure is beautiful. Let's turn it. Hikers who trek to the Kalonian Lookout on the island of Kauai are rewarded with a well-deserved view of the valley. God's beauty, only God can create that, right? Visit Molokai, Hawaii's fifth largest island, and you'll likely have the beach and the magnificent sunset to yourself. The island is also home to a 28-mile coral reef, making it a popular destination for snorkeling and scuba diving, something that I can't do because I can't swim. On the island of Ulm, it's a Diamond Head State monument embodies Honolulu, Hawaii's capital city. A trail to the top leads visitors to the edge of a volcano center created about 300,000 years ago. I really want y'all to enjoy that view. It's so beautiful. And then they go into like this adorable section of, they talk to you about island hoppers, and they show you all the different islands and everything to do. Again, I'll never get to go there, but for those that do, God bless you and enjoy it for me. This part I love. It's heart and soul, love, laugh, inspire. Look at this little girl feeding this chicken. Look at those little cowboy boots. Or cowgirl boots, sorry. Adorable. And it says, Eliza decked out spiffy cowgirl boots spreads feed for her favorite farm pal. Morning chores. We live on a small farm in eastern Tennessee. My 2-year-old daughter Eliza is fascinated by chickens. They are her favorite, and every day she loves feeding them and gathering their eggs. She must take after me because those were always my favorite things to do as well. I hope I can create the same wonderful memories for her as my parents did me. Brandy Allen from Rogersville, Tennessee. This next section, it's all about being a good neighbor. And I thought, what a great thing to share with you all. And up here they show a working truck to the right is a must when the old tractor breaks down. And now I'm going to read to you. When a tractor breaks down, a stranger comes to the rescue by Annette Goggin, Cambridge City, Indiana. It's all about trust. Over the years, my husband has hired a variety of guys to help on the farm, and we've been blessed with some good workers. Zach, who worked for us during the high school after graduation, was one of the most industrious, resourceful, tall and lanky, and he was a quiet boy who paid attention to what he was doing and enjoyed working as much as he did anything else. One spring, Mark sent Zach to plow a field about 6 miles from our house. They hooked the plow up behind the tractor, and Zach moseyed down the country road until he reached the last mile road, and then the field he needed to work. He plowed for several hours, relishing the thrill of the chase from one end to the field to the next. When the tractor began to have mechanical problems, Zach was smart enough to stop plowing in order to prevent further damage. Now his problem was getting back to our farm. This was before cell phones were everybody's pocket, and Uber was just a call away. The house at the farthest corner of the field looked like his best option, even though it was a bit of a walk to get there. Zach knocked on the door, and a middle-aged man answered. "Sorry to bother you, but I've been plowing this field and the tractor broke down," Zach said. "Would you mind letting me use your phone to call the guy that I work for to come help?" "Who do you work for?" the man asked. "His name is Mark Goggin. He rents the field. I don't know if I can get anybody to answer the phone or not. He's usually not in the house, but I might as well try." "Just take my truck," the man offered. "The keys are in it. I have to go back someplace, but you can bring it back and leave the keys in it." "Thanks, I appreciate it," Zach said. He walked to the truck, wiped his boots off in the grass, and got in and drove away. When he returned to our farm, Zach didn't find Mark in the barn, so he came to the house to see if I knew where he was. He told me all about the broken tractor and how Mark's friend had kindly let him borrow the truck. After we found Mark, he gathered some tools and headed back to the field, Zach driving the borrowed pickup, followed by Mark in our truck. That night, after the sun went down, Mark returned to the house. We talked about the day. I mentioned how nice it was of his friend to let Zach borrow the truck. "And I don't know the guy," is what Mark said. "Really?" "Zach and I assumed that he was your friend since he offered to let Zach borrow the truck when he said he worked for you." "Nope, I never even met him. I guess he figured Zach's story was believable. He must be a nice guy." That's the kind of thing that happens where I live. And it says to tell more good neighbors about Country Magazine and you can submit your own story. But I thought we all need a little bit of inspiration right now. We all need a little bit of uplifting good news instead of focusing on the virus, if you will. And that's what I want to do right now, is let's focus on some good news, right? This next part, I really love it because it has cowboys. And y'all know that my heart is very Western. And it says, Taming the Bully. It's the people section. When he had trouble at school, one young rodeo fan started an anti-bullying campaign that's sweeping the country by Lauren Donnelly from Casper, Wyoming. His classmates call my son Boone, Cowboy Boone. He gets noticed for his height, just shy of 5 feet tall and 9 years, but also for his Western fashion sense. Boone wears a button-down cowboy shirt, jeans, and boots almost every single day. When he asks why, he'll say, "It's just who I am." He's irrepressibly goofy, wickedly smart, wildly outgoing, and deeply kind. At his school, in the 4-H, and everywhere, he demonstrates a heart full of service that's rare in a boy so young, and we're so proud of him. Marching to the beat of your own drum can invite bullying, and sadly Boone has experienced more than his fair share. Last year he was bullied relentlessly by several boys, verbally and especially physically. Instead of allowing it to make him bitter, Boone turned that unhappy experience into something positive. He launched an anti-bullying initiative called the Buck Off Bullying. It seemed fitting for the kid they called Cowboy Boone. He ordered stickers with his own money, and in 3 short weeks last summer he mailed out almost 1,000 of them. His aim was to get as many rodeo athletes as possible to every level to wear his sticker. Boone also launched an Instagram page at Buck Off Bullying and spread the word with a radio interview. He set up stands at a local store and ranch rodeo competition event on a Lemonade Day, a nationwide youth program budding entrepreneurs. He raised $653 and invested every penny of it back into his Buck Off Bullying campaign. By fall, Boone had sent out stickers, wristbands of 35 states and 4 countries. He's been featured on American Country Countdown. Boone wants to help other kids by expanding buck-off bullying goals, providing scholarships to rodeo schools, or to helping to supply gear for kids in needs, sponsoring youth rodeo days for kids who take an anti-bullying pledge and who volunteer in their communities, and eventually partnering with other Western lifestyle programs that help bullied at risk youth. Boone hopes that the buck-off bullying will encourage people to speak up if they're being bullied or if they see it happening to someone else. He's transformed his bad experience with bullying into an empowering campaign that can help others. Cowboy Boone wears his heart of service like a cowboy's shirt, jeans, and boots, out there for the world to see. This is Boone and his buck-off bullying message with his champion bull riders, Jess Lockwood to the left and Cooper Davis. How wonderful to make such a difference at such an early age. Now this story is about a cow, but I thought it was a cute story to share. Sweet April. It's an animal tale. April enjoys her role as a nanny to newborn calves on the ranch. An abandoned calf started my journey toward cattle ranching by Amanda Bookout from Olathe, Colorado. And on an early spring morning, nearly 20 years ago, Dad and I went to feed the cows. I was a young girl at the time. As they did every morning, the impatient cows came running when we fired up the old pickup truck. They bawled their discontent while Dad put the pickup in low 4-wheel drive, and I eagerly moved over to the driver's seat. He climbed out in flatbed, and I drove in a big circle around the pasture. I took my coveted job very seriously, sitting up my straight and looking ahead. But as I drove, I saw something troubling. Off in the corner of the pasture was one black cow with a little red calf. Further observation, I also saw a black baldy calf close by. Now, when Dad was finished with feeding, I told him what I'd seen. We drove off over to the cow, as nervously paced between the 2 newborn calves. It turns out she had twins. The mama preferred the red calf, so Dad brought over the black calf to the corrals. With my sister and brother in school, I was at the top hand at that afternoon and in charge of the calf. I fed her 3 times that day and took care of her as my own, because she was born on April Fool's Day. I named her the new heifer April. The day I found she was my first cattle in the business, Dad made a deal with me. I was to take care of April, and if she calved a heifer, I could keep her as my own. If the calf was a bull, then he was steered and branded as my dad's. April followed me all over the ranch. I wasn't old enough to show her in 4-H, but I did show her in the open shows and as a clover bud. As I stepped over a high concrete step to enter the ring, April kicked up her heels and raced around the ring, with me sailing along behind her. That was our first and last time together at the county fair. The important business deal I made with my dad taught me to be responsible, and the steer the calves paid for the expenses, and April and their heifer calves accrued through the years. Each time a calf was rejected by its mother, my sister, brother, and I took care of it. By the time we reached college, my brother and I had a small herd of cattle. Today we operate our ranch with those cattle, roughly 100 cattle in total. Now April spends her days in the lush green pastures at home, serving as nanny for more than 40 weaned calves. She has gone above and beyond the expectations I had as a young girl starting out with my first project. For this and for many other reasons, I remain forever thankful for the day Dad and April got me started in the cattle business. Isn't that cute? Okay, anyway. We're going to do some comedy now. It says, question: what do you call a line of rabbits hopping backwards? You ready for the answer? The receding hairline. Ching. There's the symbol. Okay. Grandma showed her 8-year-old granddaughter the newest addition to the farm, a black and white pinto pony. Oh, look, squealed the child. He's wearing cow camouflage. From Brenda Hanson, Clintonville, Wisconsin, incognito. Pint-sized preschooler. Parents were discussing whether their son was mature enough for kindergarten or whether to wait another year to enroll him. Their little guy overheard them. Later, a neighbor asked the boy if he was going to attend kindergarten in the fall. No, he replied. They're not ready for me yet. From Marietta Larson in Burns, Wyoming. Close enough. I recently had a visit from my 3-year-old grandson who loves to jump and tumble on my bed. I came down with a head cold on my bed, so the bedroom was off limits. When he tried to come in, I repeatedly put my hands up and said germs. Later I saw him headed for the door, but he stopped in his tracks, put his hands up, and yelled worms, by Janice Weathersby from Lake Wales, Florida. Where's the men's room? A little boy was learning to use the toilet. His daddy made the experience fun. When the child did the deed correctly, his father clapped his hands and said, "Good boy, good boy." That did the trick. The boy enjoyed the praise and was quick to learn. One day when the dad and son was shopping, the little guy needed to use the restroom, but he was occupied. Finally, as the door opened and the gentleman exited, the little boy clapped his hands and shouted, "Good boy," by Louisa McQuillan from Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. Now they show this picture. You see the horse, and they're shoeing the horse on one side, but look who's holding the horse down. That little Shetland pony. Can you imagine that? It says, "Happy to help, as my horse Bo got his feet trimmed by his farrier, Teresa, little friend Diver pitched in by holding Bo's lead for her," from Cheryl Ash from Washburn, Wisconsin. There's just so many great things about this magazine that I'm so glad that I started a new subscription to this magazine, and I really hope that you all get a subscription to Country Extra as well. Look at the sounds of the season. Okay. And on the back it says, "A Flower Touches Everyone's Heart" by Georgia O'Keeffe. Beautiful, isn't it? Like I said, check this magazine out, Country Extra. This one is the March issue, and I look forward to those issues in the future. Of course, I'm still reading my Woman's World magazine, and then they've got Easter Joy by Sandra Lee, everybody's favorite people to get recipes for. You know, if we could do half of these recipes that look so modern and up-to-date in these books, wouldn't it be great? Now, for Easter, I am going to try my best to model for you. I found this brownie recipe on the internet, okay? You cook your brownies just like normal. Then you make a green field out of icing. And I already got the icing, so I'm set there. And then on top of the icing, you put these like little bird eggs, which makes no sense because to me you need a tree, right? But I guess it's supposed to be like a little Easter egg hunt. So you put the bird eggs out there, not real bird eggs, before anybody asks. Like those little chocolate eggs you see wrapped up in tin foil, and you put a little peep behind it. You know, those little marshmallow characters. So I'm going to probably share that with you. Hopefully that comes out well. My first time doing something like that, so I'm a little nervous. With this Woman's World, it is the Easter, of course. And on April 15th, they want you to do a good deed. It says it's a feel-good holiday that is possible to be better than throughout the world by the smallest of tasks. Micro-volunteering simply means completing a micro-action that takes as little as 5 minutes of your time to do a major impact for others. Visit microvolunteeringday.com, MICRO, volunteering, VOLUNTEERING day.com. The creative ideas on how to celebrate while you share the posts of adoptable shelter pets on social media, play a smartphone game for researchers, send a postcard to a patient in a hospital. Your actions make someone else's day. On April 16th, it's National Orchard Day. We're supposed to try a sweet sip. You don't get a green thumb to celebrate this holiday, which honors fragrant tropical orchids. Simply whip up a fruity cocktail, garnish it with an orchid, and then kick back and enjoy. No thanks. On April 14th, we're going backwards a little bit here, it's National Gardening Day. Find more joy. Spend time out in the garden. It's a great way to enjoy nature. It helps fight off feeling solitude, according to the survey from the Royal Natural Horticultural, I can't even say it, RHS in the UK. In their survey, they found out 39% of the people that head to the garden felt less lonely. And right now we're all isolated, right? So head out there and garden, people. Okay, on the 12th, of course, it's Easter time. They give a little recipe here on how to make little chick cheese balls. And on April 18th is National Record Store Day. Now, there's something you probably didn't even know. Okay, what's the rabbit's favorite type of story? Don't know? One with a happy ending. Ha 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 ha. And then, of course, look at these cute little pictures. Doesn't that all make you miss your hairdresser? Yes, of course it does. Okay. I'm trying to get ahead here. The book's not... I haven't got to look at this one today. It just came in the mail today. I know it's like late at night and everybody's like going, you've had time to look at it. No, I haven't. I actually fell asleep and I even took the trash out late tonight and I didn't mean to do that. But I guess I'm just really exhausted right now and I haven't been really feeling up to par. I had this terrible headache earlier. I had to take 3 of these bad boys right here. Excedrin tension headache, but it did lift. It was from behind this eye, and it was just like a throb pain, and it wouldn't stop. I hope I don't wake up to it tomorrow morning, but you know, we all don't know what tomorrow brings, right? Okay, help me stop overthinking. I can use that one. Host a sweet Easter egg hunt. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be too many of those going on this year. It's unfortunate, but true. Oh, of course. Look at all these nice little recipes by Sandra Dee. I wish I was that talented. I'm just lucky to decorate a few cupcakes or cakes. You know what I'm saying? And it takes so much time and patience. Usually 2 things I don't have much of. Let's see here. Not too much to share with you. Oh, the very first Easter taught us that the life never ends and love never dies by Kate McCacken. Look at that pretty picture. Beautiful, right? Oh, look at these Easter eggs. A moment for you. You are the gift to the world. No one touches lives the same beautiful way you do. No one meets challenges with your extraordinary blend of talents, traits, and problem-solving powers. No one can work your brand of magic, and no one is more special than irreplaceable, celebratable you. Beautiful Easter eggs. Ooh, let's go ahead and read the horoscope. For me, I'm a Leo because I was born August 3rd. So it says, take a chance and pitch a bold idea. On the 12th, it could set the stage for exciting opportunities. And on the 14th, learn new skills to apply your daily mind-body routine to more centered than ever before. Your lucky days, if you're a Leo, April 12th, 15th, and 17th. And your lucky numbers are 5, 6, and 9. Oh, here we go. You deserve good things. There are so many ways that you can boost your happiness. You can shrug off a mistake. Everyone makes them. You can let go of regrets. They only weigh you down. You can see the difference you make and the value in all you do. And you can give thanks and count your blessings. There are so many more ahead. Look at how beautiful those moments are that they share in here. And of course, love and laughter. We're going to take a look-see here at some of these and see if I can share them with you. They got some hens looking at the tattooed eggs. It says, what kind of parents let their children get tattoos? That's Sandra Lee. Sorry, Sandra. Okay, and then this isn't exactly what I had in mind when I asked for you to paint the walls, quote-unquote, eggshell. Looks kind of cute. Look at that. Okay, well, I hope that these little moments brightened up your day. And you know what? In this digital age, let's go back. let's put the phones down and unplug from social stuff like that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let's go back. Let's reintroduce ourselves to the paper goods of this country. And you know what? Let's introduce ourselves to reading as well. Sometimes you can get lost in a book so much that it makes you look into situations deeper, maybe in your own life. All it takes is a bit of a moment of inspiration to pick up a book that you think might touch you on some level. Pick up a magazine that might cheer you up if you're feeling blue. And when you go out to grocery shopping, they have them standing, they have well, at least some of these stores do. Usually located by the register, you can find your magazines. But you have to go on a little bit of a hunt to find books, unfortunately. And especially my cowboy western romances. But it's worth the find. Let me tell you that. It's worth the find. God bless each and every one of you. Love you dearly. Not going to sing tonight. I just wanted to do a quick update with y'all. And just know my health is like this. But you know what? I'm going to meet each day with a smile and thank God that I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're doing the same. God bless. Stay well, stay healthy, and be grateful for all that you have.